She was talking about that. She says to herself, and I told her I've had this realization in the past couple of years. She goes, "You you may not have the right idea. Or I say it as you don't have to be right every time. There's sometimes that someone else can bring something to the table that you could use that will take this topic to the next step that you want to take it to." I say it all the time. I think I scare people because I go, "Okay, what do you want to do?" And they say, "Are you asking me?" And I go, "Yeah." And then they go, you asking me the real? Yeah, what do you want to do?" And then they go, "This." I said, "Okay, let's try it." And then I think I just scare them because I'm saying, what if you have an idea, we're not gonna stop your idea. We will try it, and if it don't work, we come back to the table and try something else.
Is see, that is such an important part of innovation is that willingness to try. Doesn't work, try something else.
Yeah, yeah. Starting, we talked about that today too, about it's okay to walk away from it or to start back over. And so know when it's your time to walk away or when it's time to say, let's start again. I'm all about let's go back again. Then we just talked about that you always don't have to be right. But I also say this, that I'd rather it be done right than to rush it and still have to go back and fix it. So I put pauses on stuff. I delay stuff. And I think I've gained a lot of respect from people when I do that instead of me just rushing through it just to get it done. I do not like, and this is for the future grad students who are watching this podcast, I do not like to rush things along. I do want you to sit down and consider every part of it and what effect could happen. And then if you do try it, something happens, let's work on fixing it and getting that back on track so we can move forward.
I'm so glad you said that because some grad programs have the philosophy of almost being a manufacturer that, okay, grad programs are 3 years and you have to be just finish the 3 years. And I remember when I started grad school, I did finish the 3 years, and that was an anomaly. Taking the time to really do it well and right, eh,
Yeah. Yeah. And I try to focus on, and I have this as a resource for every student. We work on timelines, and I tell them as they work through their timeline, adjust it, because whatever timeline you leave me with, that's what I'm going to show the next student. And so I tell the next student, here's their timeline. This is how they thought through it. Now think through yours and see how you want to do yours. And so for some people, I had one student and she cheated. She started as an undergrad the semester before she started her graduate degree. So she secured her spot as a graduate student by doing a project and then just continued said project. But she did it in 2 years flat, a master's. But that is because she did the proper planning from the beginning. She knew what her intentions were when she was coming in. And I always applaud her for that because I tell people she used to be mad at herself, and I would have to tell her, don't be mad at herself. Like she'll go, I'm off the timeline. Something's wrong. We got to do something about it. I got to catch myself up.
oh,
And
no.
and I'm like, it's okay. What can I do to help you? Because you are off your time. Like I never knew. Like there will be like she will come to her meeting mad because she is off her timeline. And some of my mentors said to me, Shannon, all the students are not like that. And I haven't had many that were not like her after that. But that showed me that she had really devoted her time to that project and she wanted to see it through. And so for some people, for me, for my PhD, I think we did it solid 4. But for my master, we had to do an extra semester. Yeah, and I'm very grateful for Dr. Heron for allowing me for that extra semester. And in that extra semester, I learned a lot. Part of why I had to stay the extra semester is I had ordered things and they didn't come when they were supposed to. So part of that extra semester was getting the things I needed and pushing it through as far as my project goes. And so I don't like procrastinate. I procrastinate on some things in life. Not saying that I never procrastinate, but I don't plan to procrastinate. And so that's why I have my students doing timelines, because if I knew what my plan was from the beginning, we could have been done straight at those 2 years if I knew what the plan was.
So your master's took 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how long my master's took?
How long?
I don't know if you know this.
No. How long?
My master's took me longer than my PhD.
No. How long was
My master's was 4 years.
man?
I was working in Denver, so I was working 60 miles away, and I was also teaching full time. And so I was teaching 3 to 4 classes a semester, also working in Denver. And then my father also was in a really bad car accident
Yeah.
during that time. Plus, I was hand knitting
Yeah. That's
great big garments that forever.
yeah. And I also say this to students as well, is that a graduate degree is hard for everyone for different ways. Like
Oh,
for
yeah.
you, I start those type of projects. I think I try to dabble in your world. I tell her all the time that I'm cheating because I use videos, I use looms, but I think she could like do it real fast and couldn't beat me through the process. But to do that and have it done the way that it's supposed to be done, that takes time and effort, and that is not something you just wake up and do the next day. A friend that I met in Colorado State along with you, Kim Render,
Yeah.
they did vocal performance. They
Yeah.
had to learn another language. And although Shannon is in the audience and do not know what word they are saying, if they said the wrong word, there's somebody in the audience who will probably call them out on it. So they had to know that their defense was sitting there singing, I'm exaggerating, Kim, 10 songs in 5 different languages. I would say in one word, I'm gonna do you 10 songs in English. I did this song. Songs went in English. And they can't mess up. They have to have the right pitch, and they have to hit a lot of things
Yeah.
in a row in order for
Yeah.
them to pass. My cousin husband George is a professor teaching in the area of trumpets, I think. Oh Lord, he gonna
Oh.
get me. At Penn State. And his tenure process is he has to travel the world, the country, and do recitals and performances and have a background and theory behind what he's doing, who he's doing it for. And so everybody has their own heart for their own reason in their own area. And the big thing about it is how you persevere against it and how you make it to the other side as far as that challenge goes.
And well, and also what you just shared too is really an appreciation for the diverse ways of knowing and creating knowledge, and that in academia is not working with qualitative data and doing some type of modeling statistics, and that's the only way to do research
Yeah.
and scholarship. And you've done such a nice job of just framing various different ways of creating knowledge, which we do in academia.
Yeah. Yeah.